Hi everybody, welcome back, or hello if you're new. I'm Febrith and today I'm going to be making a terrarium. It's going to be leaping toadstools and I've got everything that I need here in front of me, so I'll go through those things with you. Should be a quick and simple, easy make, and you can make it as creative as you like. I got the idea from seeing something similar in a subscription box that I'm not subscribed to, but I saw it and thought, oh cool, I would have loved to have one of those. So it's been so long since I've made anything. We had a bit of work done to the house, which made a terrible mess, which has meant that I've been doing all kinds of, decorating and whatnot, cleaning. We've got kittens, and it's all just been really busy lately. So for the past few months, I've actually crafted nothing. So it's time to get back into the old routine, and let me show you the ingredients that we need for today's make. Okay, well, the first thing that I've got here, this big box is full of moss, and this just came from Amazon. It has a lot brighter green than I was expecting. I've also got this little leftover piece, which was from a previous project, so that's to line our terrarium. And then the actual thing itself, so this is a 17 fluid ounce jar. You can get it on Amazon or any other place really. It's quite a common sort of looking thing. You could use anything you've got around the house. This I think was for tea, a tea canister. It's got a flat bottom and you could have it either way actually, couldn't you? I mean, you could have it so that the cork is facing downwards and it looks a bit like a crystal ball. But yeah, that's just sort of general idea for my container that I'm going to use. And then for the inside, well, first of all, these mushrooms, these came from Amazon. You can also get them various other places. These ones happen to have stalks on. The stalks might be a bit long, so I'm going to need to trim them down a bit, perhaps with some pliers. Also, because they could well be a bit wobbly, I'm going to ground them at the bottom of the jar using something like this polystyrene. I've got this, I can just chop off a section. This was it was wrapping, a picture was wrapped around it that was sent to me. And you can just glue these bits together if they're not deep enough. You know, anything that you've got like this. I mean, polystyrene, it's like the world's worst fabric material, isn't it, for anything? But it's great for crafting projects, and it's great for just tearing it up into little bits and putting it at the bottom of your plant pots for drainage. So don't throw it away, just use it in a creative way. So in addition to that, I'm going to cover that up with some gravel. These came from some kind of Warcraft thing that I ordered years ago, and I've gradually been using all the elements of that in different projects. So I'll probably go with this colour, maybe put in some of this, we'll see. And the idea being that this is going to be my base, covering up the things that are going to anchor the mushrooms, and then covered with moss. I mean, if you were going to be super creative, you could even make, those little tiny bits of stone, crystals and whatnot that you can buy in bags. You could even glue this and cover it with crystals so that it looks like a cavern or something, and maybe even make a couple of stalactites. I don't know. Now I'm just talking nonsense. But you know what? You can really get as creative with this as you want. It doesn't have to be super simple. Although mine is going to be, I've got some string to go around my top here. And I've got some little charms. Great big mushroom one right there. Beautiful. That'll do. So yeah, that's the kind of gist of it. I've also got a few extra things that I may or may not use. I might use this instead of the string around the edge. And in amongst the gravel, I might pop some of these leaves. It's just a whole bundle of different kinds of leaves. These were for, I mean, you can use them for anything. That they were for my junk journal making. But yeah, maybe I'll pop some of them in. All right then, let's get started. Okay then, I've made myself a little Leaping Toadstools label in Canva. I'll leave you the link for it. It's a free app, dead easy. And I have glued together 2 bits of the polystyrene, and I'm going to use that as my base for in there. But before I put it in there, I'm going to cover this and this with moss. And I actually use Yoo-hoo to glue these together, but I wouldn't recommend it because it takes 5 years to dry. So instead I'm just going to use some good old-fashioned Elmer's school glue for the moss and apply it to the inside of this and on that. I really like this school glue. It's kind of old-fashioned, but you know, it's good for a reason, right? And instead of using crystals, because I don't have any, but I wish I thought of that before, I'm just going to use moss. Oh my goodness, this stuff's crazy, man. There is so much. I don't think I'm ever going to use all this up in my actual lifetime. Never mind. Yeah, I'm just going to put this on the top instead. Add a bit more interest. If you need any moss, hit me up and I'll sort you out. All right, I'm going to leave that to dry. It won't take long. And then we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so this is now in there. If you wanted to, you could glue that down to the bottom of this, maybe with some kind of glass glue, which I definitely don't have. But I'm just going to pour in my gravel because I might want to switch this out in the future. I might not want mushrooms in there all the time. So I've just taken the decision, rightly or wrongly, to not glue it down, but certainly you could do. So I need to go and get myself a little scoop. Okay, this crazy little spoon will do. And I've decided to use these terracotta coloured ones. I think it'll just look nice with the scheme of the thing. And I'm just going to now take 10 years, because this is so small, to just pop it down and around the edge. Okay, be right back. Okay, I think that looks super cute with the two different coloured mosses in there. That really pale yellowy one really stands out. That looks so nice. So now I just need to arrange my mushrooms and decide whether I want all three of them or maybe just a couple. And these are supposed to be glow in the dark. I don't know if that actually works through glass. I mean, this is going to sit on my windowsill, so it should get plenty of sun. Whether these dots will actually glow, I don't know, but okay, time to faff about. Got the string around the edge and the mushroom charm on, so now I just need to glue on my label to the top of my cork, and I think we're done. Well, that was really quick, and actually, you know, in real time. I'm going to have to do very little in the way of editing, so that's cool. And I really hope these things work at night. I will let you know. Pop something in the description box, although the weather today here is so bad, there's going to be literally nothing in the way of charged by sunshine. All right, that'll do. What I would like to do is dangle a few bits down so that it looks like there's sort of moss growing from the ceiling and dangling down. That would be cool. All right then. Okay, I'll trim off the excess and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so this was real quick and real fun, and I really love the look of it. I wish I'd thought about the crystal idea ahead of time, but I didn't. So, here we are. Yeah, this worked out super nice. It's going to look terrific on my little herbology section on my windowsill. So do let me know what you think about it down in the comments, and I will see you soon for the next one. Take care and stay safe, everybody.